So Justin Trudeau had his first day as Prime Minister designate. That's the title he holds for the next couple of weeks till he and his cabinet are sworn in. As you can imagine, he took calls of congratulations from various world leaders, starting with our closest allies. And one of those calls was from the U.S. President, Barack Obama. As you know, a lot of Obama campaign staff were up in Canada helping the Liberals with their election tactics and strategy. They're ideologically closer to each other than Obama and Harper were, so I bet it was a friendly phone call. But in that very first friendly phone call, the very first official contact the two men had as respective heads of government, Trudeau couldn't help himself. I bet he just blurted it out. He told Obama that Trudeau was going to pull out Canada's armed forces from the international coalition fighting against the Islamic State terrorist group in Iraq and Syria. As you know, the Islamic State is the most evil force in the world today. They are the Nazis of our age. They murder people in the most brutal way. They keep women as rape slaves. They literally cut off heads of people, including children, for the crime of being Christian or Yazidi or Kurdish. We have a grand total of 6 Canadian CF-18 jets there and some support. It's not a militarily significant effort. Barack Obama does not actually need our fighter planes. The U.S. Air Force has more than 13,000 planes. A single aircraft carrier like the USS Ronald Reagan has 90 planes on it. We're not there for our firepower. We're there as a symbol to show that the West is united, the democracies are united, NATO is united. This isn't the U.S. being a lone wolf. It's part of an international moral coalition. And Justin Trudeau, in his very first impression with Obama, said, "Surprise, I'm breaking my deal with you. I'm out of there." How do you think that went over with our top ally? I'll tell you how it went over. The U.S. president has a practice of publishing what they call a readout of important phone calls that the president makes. It's not a transcript, it's more an edited summary. Here's the official White House readout. Now, I'm going to read you the entire thing. Here, try to find what's missing. I'm going to read the whole thing. Quote, "The president spoke by phone today with Prime Minister-designate Justin Trudeau of Canada to congratulate him on the Liberal Party's victory in the October 19 elections. The two leaders agreed on the importance of deepening the already strong United States-Canada relationship and committed to strengthening the country's joint efforts to promote trade, combat terrorism, and mitigate climate change. In particular, they noted the successful conclusion of Trans-Pacific Partnership negotiations and the need to move forward with implementing the high standards of the agreement, which promises to boost economic growth and support good-paying jobs on both sides of the border. They committed to work together to achieve an ambitious and durable global climate agreement in Paris in December. The president wished the Prime Minister-designate well and noted that he looks forward to meeting with him in the near future," unquote. That's the whole thing, every word. So, quick point, Justin Trudeau seems to have decided that he likes the Trans-Pacific Partnership. That's what Obama says. They're going to move forward with implementing it. So much for Trudeau's promise, literally last week, of not taking a position on that trade treaty until his caucus debates it. If I were a leftist, I'd be furious and feel cheated, but I'm not a leftist. This is a small victory for me. I'll ignore the global warming stuff for now, but do you know what was missing there? Any mention of Trudeau quitting the anti-ISIS fight. In fact, according to Obama, the two men agreed to combat terrorism. Combat, that was Obama's word. Nothing about warm jackets or whatever.
Whether it's our expertise around humanitarian aid and around refugee status. There's a lot of people, refugees, displaced peoples fleeing violence who are facing a very, very cold winter in the mountains. If something Canada has expertise on is how to face a winter in the mountains with the right kind of equipment.
No, not warm weather advice. Combating terrorism. Combat means fighting, as in with combat aircraft. So what does this mean? At the very least, it means that Obama and the White House are embarrassed about what Trudeau sprung on him, and he doesn't want the media to find out about it, at least not yet. Why would he hide such an important piece of news? It undermines him, not militarily, but internationally. It makes him look isolated. And in the U.S., it makes him look weak. He can't even keep his closest ally together in the smallest way possible, 6 planes. That's the best meaning, that Obama is embarrassed. But I actually think the other meaning is more likely, that Obama simply does not accept what Trudeau told him, that he will not let it happen, as in Trudeau ambushed Obama, Now maybe Obama will have a little surprise for Trudeau. If Trudeau wants to change a deal with the United States unilaterally, maybe, I don't know, Canadian semi-trailer trucks wanting to cross from Windsor to Detroit, maybe they're going to need a little extra inspection. For anti-terrorism reasons, of course. So maybe add on an hour or 6 for that. So maybe back up the bridge to Detroit for 5 miles. Who knows? There's 100 things that Canada and the U.S. do with each other as best friends and allies, many of which are to Canada's disproportionate benefit. So do you really think that the United States will accept this, that Obama will accept this from Trudeau without a tit for tat? Trudeau hasn't told Obama everything yet, of course. I look forward to Trudeau telling Obama that we're not going to buy F-35 fighter jets, so we're going to spend tens of billions of dollars on another country's fighter jet industry. That will be even better received. Oh, but don't you know, for years, Trudeau has told us that ham-fisted, mean old Stephen Harper was the only reason the Keystone XL pipeline wasn't approved. If only Stephen Harper had Trudeau's social graces, his smooth, suave style, we'd have solved that Canada-US problem long ago. Yeah, not really. But hey, don't say he didn't warn us. I mean, Justin Trudeau told the world that his favorite country after Canada was China because of its basic dictatorship. Why are you so shocked that he's already damaging relationships with the United States? For TheRebel.media, I'm Ezra Levant.